The date is August 22nd, 2020. This is Corporal Cold Thermal with the Marine Raider Regiment. Today it's footage of a CQB training hosted by Gunnery Sergeant Chesty. Joined in are the MILSIMS Marines Lone Ranger, Bravo Actual, Fayos Brocky, Jolly, Concito, Run Forest, and Gunnery Sergeant Chesty. In today's training, you will learn the basics of CQB and the vocabulary along with it. So without further ado, here is CQB hosted by Gunnery Sergeant Chesty.
Alright gentlemen, you will go to your assault class. You have three options you can choose from: M416, M16A4, or the M4. Go ahead and equip one of those three weapons. We don't care, preferably the M416 as we are doing City QB. On that, you need to have an ACOG, angle grip, heavy barrel.
If you do not have an angled grip, you may use a vertical or a Virgo for grip, or otherwise known as a broomstick. At this time, if you do not have a laser sight.
Okay. So Albuquerque. If you don't have a grip, you don't have to run a grip. It's just preferred to keep it stabilized. So for your secondary, P22-6 or the M9. Like that bare bones. You can have a flashlight on it if you like. God damn. Gadget 1 is going to be M320 smoke. Gadget 2 is going to be defibrillators. Make sure you are running smoke as you. Well, actually, Chesty, for CQB, you want to run a nade or flashbang?
Flash or nade.
A firm.
Unless you were running as a corpsman, then you will use a smoke.
You have the option of either a nade or a flashbang. If it's a grenade, it has to be the M67 frag. So fucking just pick one of those two. Make sure your field upgrade is offensive, and your camouflage. Do you want? Yeah, default. We'll have you run default. And
yes,
yeah.
if you do not have a sight, go iron.
Hey, Albuquerque, I need you to. Yeah, do that. What? Rocky, redeploy. Pick up this flash right here.
Remember, if you are not
I don't mind going corpsman.
at this time, make sure that your Condition 1 weapon is on single fire.
Medic bag, defibs, smoke. Gorgeous.
Alright, we're ready to begin the training. Weapon 2. Gadget 1. Gadget 2.
And I have smoke grenade.
Hafer. At this time, go ahead and stack up facing this window.
Everybody back up. Back up. Oh,
That's as far back as they can get. At this time, breach the window.
Clear.
At this time, exit through the window I am standing at. Remember, there is no set initiative. Whoever gets to the window first is the one breaching. So, this is your dummy building. There are no hostiles, therefore you should not be firing at any time. When you are breaching a building, you will stack up like so. Your front man at this time is Abuelito. He will say, first man ready. And then it will go down the line. Second man, third man, last man ready. Last man, what do you think your job is at this time? A firm, watching the 6. 2 and 3, what do you think your jobs are at all times?
Checking open sectors.
Exactly. First man, what do you think your job is the entire time? You are watching whatever is in front of you at all times. So, gentlemen, when I breach my building, I am going to be looking where I am headed the entire time. Everyone else behind me will take the other sectors as quickly as possible. At no time will there be an open sector.
A firm gunny.
Alright. So, what do when you reach a fork in your building and you have to make a turn? Frontman, this is for you. No, you will call it out to your team that you are headed right. That lets second man know, because you already see what you're going through. You're going to go right, in this scenario. And you are letting the other man know that he needs to cross to the left. Third man, you will follow first man. Fourth man, you will follow second man. Odds and evens will always be on the same side of the room or in the same hallway. This number will fluctuate, so make sure that you know your position in the formation as you are breaching into different rooms, down hallways, and exiting buildings. This is called a rotating initiative. It will never be the same, or at least it should not. If you are giving enough time to get back in the exact same formation that you are in right now, you have given the enemy more time to prepare for your assault. Fourth man ready, you will say breaching and you will immediately move. Remember, in any open area like a doorway or a window, it is a funnel of death. You will not stop moving in this doorway. You and your team need to get in and out of this funnel as soon as you possibly can move. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
At this time, you will say breaching, and you will begin the breach with your team. Go. Freeze. Second man, when you found this small little alley, this little room, what should you call out to your team so you know nobody should follow you in?
Clear.
Small room. You will say small room. That way anybody behind you knows not to follow you and they will fall into the rest of the stairwell like everybody else. Now, take a look at your positions. Notice how they have already fluctuated. Know that you are now no longer first. You are no longer third. You have changed in your number. At this time, go ahead and resume.
Small room.
Last man, what is your position or sector of coverage? Last man. Brocky.
Oh,
what
my
is your
bad.
sector of coverage?
Clear. No.
Alright.
No. Sorry.
So, your sector of coverage, something you should always be looking at. Get into that position now. Point your lasers where you should be watching. So, first two men are looking into the same same hallway.
First man should be watching stairs. Second man, same as I.
First man should be watching this hallway because it is the most open threat. Second man should be moving to be the human shield for first man to watch the stairs.
Oh, sick.
So, second man should be up here. First man should be in this doorway. Third man, where do you think you're going to be following?
First man.
Affirm. Last man, what do you think you're doing?
Following, second man.
Negative. You are still holding the stairwell.
Oh.
You now have a full sector of coverage that you are responsible for. If second man needs you, or Bravo in this case needs you, he will call for a body. He will say, bodies, bodies. When you are firing, you will say brass. If you go into a big room, you will call for bodies. Anybody within earshot will follow. If you say small room, or big room, you will do the appropriate action, either not following or following them in. At this time, go ahead and resume. Ready to move. Second man, what do you think you should be doing here? Jolly. Where do you think your sector is while he's going through this hallway? If you go ahead and look to your right, across the way, you will see there is another sector of fire where you guys can be fired upon by the enemy. That is your sector while he is going through this open building. Third man, being Bravo, where do you think you should be going?
I reckon still hold security until he asks for bodies.
Is this entire floor clear? Can you see me where I am right now?
I can see your marker, but I cannot see you.
Affirm, so you should clear that.
Firm, okay. So.
And then as you move,
I should be
Rocky
going
will take your old position watching the 6, yet remaining in cover from anyone in the front where man 1 and 2 are. Go ahead and do so now.
Moving.
Jolly, why are you not looking directly across the street where that open sector is? Remember, this is a fast pace. This is fast moving. Man 1, if your men are all watching sectors or clearing other parts of the building, you should keep moving. Now you get here first, man. What do you do? Alright, so you're gonna check your danger zones. Danger zones being corners or blind spots that you cannot see because of cover. Go ahead and take 2 steps back. Oh, I can't get through. Thank you. Go ahead and stand in that doorway. Now, man 1, what should you be telling your team now that you've approached this area that has multiple danger zones? But you're by yourself. Yes, you will call for bodies because you need more men. Man 2 is going to stay where he is watching this open sector because this is a large sector to scan. Man 3, being Bravo, is your sector clear?
Sector is clear.
You will now move down and move towards Man 1. When you pass Brocky, you will let him know he is the last man. That way he knows that he needs to move in just a moment, and that he will be the last, therefore holding the 6. Go ahead and catch up to Man 1.
Affirm. Last man.
Now, Brocky, what should you be telling Jolly at this time as you are passing him?
last man.
Affirm, now go catch up with the others. Jolly, you are now the last man, meaning that you no longer have to hold this sector except for your own safety. So, what does that tell you? Yes, you can move and catch up to the rest of your team. Man 1, now that you have teammates who have come up behind you, and they will say Man 2, Man 3, you now know that you have enough people to go and clear this alley. So you will let them know what you are doing next. Whether you are button hooking left, going down the stairs, or you are crossing and you are going right to clear that blind spot on your right-hand side. Man 2 will do the opposite of you. Man 3 will push to the stairwell across the room. Man 4 will push to your threshold that you were in now and hold the 6. Go ahead and do so now.
Where?
Third man, you are going to go to the far end of the room and go up the stairs to clear that stairwell.
Okay.
Man 2 will go to the opposite side of wherever Man 1 decides to go, whether he is button hooking or crossing.
Stairs clear.
Stairs clear.
Now, Rocky, small room. Alright, so now everybody else knows that they do not need to follow you up and that this area is clear. At this time, go ahead and go back downstairs where you started.